This lesson we're about to do goes back to bears' priority survival. Please remember what's first: protection, rescue, water and food. And this lesson is fire. Fire is very important for all 4 areas of bears' priority survival. So let's take a look how we do that. Okay, so preparation is very important. So making sure that you have everything dry and everything ready. Right, at the moment we've got a bit of moisture, so we don't want to take anything off of the ground. So we're keeping an eye up and making sure whatever we collect is not wet. So come through. Okay, so preparation, as I always say, it's important, okay? What we don't want is anything wet or anything that is still alive, so any green wood. So I've looked around and I found this wood. It's off the ground. The way that we find out if it's dry or not is actually snapping it. If it snaps and it's brown, it's dry. Good to use for a fire. So there's 3 aspects of preparation: tinder, kindling, thick wood. Right, and the way we remember this is pencil lead thickness, pencil thickness, and thumb thickness. Okay, so those are the 3 preparation of tinder, kindling, and our ready to burn wood. So how we do it? There we've got pencil lead thickness. Now, prepping, when you feel like you've got enough, get more, because this could be the only time that you're able to light that fire. So pencil lead thickness. And then over here, we never waste any dry wood. So as you can see, taking it all off and making sure the neater your preparation is, the easier it'll be to light your fire. Right, so we've done all of our preparation, as you can see in front of me. One thing I have also been doing is being resourceful. In survival, resourcefulness is important, and Bear talks a lot about that. So what I've done here is I've got my tinder, kindling, and my thicker wood when the fire is established. Down here, I've got myself some hay, I've got myself some fine wood dust, silver birch bark, fantastic when getting fires. Now remember, this could only be one time to light this fire, so it's important we do it right. So, preparation, as I keep saying, we're going to look at the area. The floor is quite wet, okay, we've had a bit of rain in the area. We're also under a canopy, which keeps things moist. So what we're going to do is we're going to make sure our area is clear of any unwanted stuff on the floor. And then the way we like to do it is, one of the parts of the triangle is oxygen. We want to get oxygen from underneath into the fire. So we're going to build a raft. The other reason for building a raft is to keep it off the ground, because the ground is moist. So what I've got here is stuff to build a raft. Now when we say a raft, it's basically keeping the fire off the ground, which makes the oxygen able to come underneath. So I've got my raft built, got my area cleaned, okay? The raft's off the ground, so I get oxygen around the whole fire. So I'm gonna run through a few things, just for interest's sake. Steel wool, 9-volt battery, a little bit of hay. As you can see, we've got a fire. Now that's with steel wool and 9-volt battery and a bit of dry grass gets you a flame. I'll just move that out the way. Carefully making sure that's out. Very important that we make sure that anything we have and anything we do with fire is under control. The way I'm going to show you today is by using hay and a little bit of cotton wool. And I'm going to put that down there, just like that. And I'm going to use a fire striker. Ferrous rod and a striker. Now it's very important, because it's your only time you can light this fire, make sure you practice a little bit before. Holding the striker still and pulling the ferrous rod back. By practicing that, you have the opportunity to make sure you have one turn to get this fire going. My preparations here, my tinder, my kindling and my thicker, I'm ready to light this fire. And as you can see, once I've got the flame, I'm going to be building this in a TP position. And remember, oxygen is important when building a fire, because this could be the only time. And as you can see, it's picking up. Allow it to burn, allow the flame to grow, and slowly start putting your dry wood. Remembering, TP is the best way. Now follow your flame. Very important you follow your flame. Now that we have a fire that's established, one of the things that we have to remember is rescue. Rescue is important. We're in a canopy of trees. We need to get some smoke above the canopy. And the best way to do that is put some green on the fire. Bearing in mind that you want as much oxygen as you can within that. So we're going to put on the fire all at once and keep blowing. As you can see, the amount of smoke green makes. So, smoke out of the top of the canopy, and we found rescue. We've been told people are on their way for us, so the first thing we do is make sure our fire is safe. We don't want to leave it alight. So what we do is we spread with our foot, and then we come down, bearing in mind your hands with the coals, so you don't want to get too close to it. Just build up a wall, and then we're going back to our feet, and that stops any burning. And all we're going to do is put the dirt, the wet mud on top of that. The more you put on, the better it is. So what we're going to do then is make sure our fire is completely out. As you can see, I've broken the fire down. I'm going to use some old unpurified water. If you have any old mucky water, just to make sure, as you can see, just going around, making sure all the embers are out and we can be prepared to move. So that is a fire lesson. Hope you enjoyed that. Remember, every second counts in survival, and never give up.